Good morning. I'm Atulya Rao. I'm the teacher's assistant for the day for the Applied Calc 1045 class. The topic I will be assisting today with is to locate relative extremes and saddle points on a contour diagram. So let's go through diagram number one, as you can see over here. This diagram has no loops in its shape. It just has only curves on diagonal ends, which means that this contour diagram will not have any relative maxes or mins. But due to its shape, it does have a saddle point. To locate that saddle point, first we look at each of the corresponding curves. On the bottom left, we can see it's decreasing as we go towards its center, -2, -5. Same with the top right, it's diagonally opposite one. And on the other end, diagonally opposite, both the graphs are increasing as we go towards the center. It increases, the value increases. As you can see here, it's 10, 20, 30, 40. Hence, the saddle point will be located where there is an X shape, and these graphs form an X shape over here in the middle in the origin, and hence that is marked as the saddle point. Moving on to the second diagram. This diagram does contain loops or circles, so hence they will contain relative maxes and mins. So to identify a relative max, we use peaks, and for relative minimums, we use the term valleys. So in this diagram, we can see again diagonally opposite both the loops on this end, the bottom left and the top right. They seem to be increasing as we go towards the center, and hence that is where the relative maxes will exist as it's increasing as we go towards the center. So the center of those diagrams will be labeled as relative maxes. In this case, the coordinates are 1.5 and 0 and 4.5 and 5 respectively on the graph. Similarly, to find relative min, there's not much of a difference. We use the same approach. It's -2, -4 as we go towards the center of the figure on the top. The loop on the top left and the bottom right, diagonally opposite. Again, they seem to be decreasing as we go towards the center, and hence will be our relative mins. Their corresponding points are mentioned on the side here. So to now find the saddle point, again we use the same approach as we did in the previous question. The X shape will mark where this saddle point exists, and on this graph that exists on the point 3 on X and 2.5 Y. Now the last figure, fairly simple one. This particular figure has only loops, and hence it has no loops, and it has only curves, and hence has no relative max or min. But as we can also see on this graph, there does not seem to be an X shape formed anywhere, which means that there's no saddle point either. So this graph has no relative maxes, no relative mins, and no saddle point. I hope this has been helpful in identifying relative maximums, relative extremes, and saddle points on contour diagrams. Thank you for your time.